What's going on, everyone? It's your boy CD Trades back again with another video. Today's the recap for September 22nd. As you guys can see in Forex Factory, where I check out the news, there was no news today, right? Monday is usually a no news day. So let's go to the charts. So today I took a trade on gold. I had two options to either take a trade on gold or NQ, right? I would have made way more money on NQ, but I also like the setup on gold. So I have conflictions on which one I should have took today. I should have took both, but I didn't want to risk capital and losing my account, right? So I had to pick one, and I ended up picking gold. But let's get to the charts. All right, so on gold, we're on the 1 hour, okay? So as you guys can see right here, we are on the 1 hour, okay? So I'm going to mark out my zones. All right, so I'm going to look at where buyers were, right? Buyers were here as they bought up price. And we also had sellers here. Once they got to this point, price kept selling. So in between these two zones, price was saying, hey, you know what? Once we got here, sellers were taking advantage. All right, so they took advantage right here multiple times in the hourly, came down, buyers tried to come back up and could not do it, right? So price continued going down. Once it went to a price that buyers were in control, over here, as you see far to the left, on September 14th, is it? Yeah, that's September 14th. Yeah. So September 14th, as you saw, and then you had also September 18th, right? All the way. So we had 14 and 18 where price was buying from those positions. So that's why I marked it. So let's mark what this would be: resistance, support. All right. Okay, so in between all these, yes, prices going up and down, and I could have caught some of these trades, but that is not my strategy. So I'm not gonna go into that and risk money when I don't need to risk, right? Everything in the middle of these two candles, not candles, but in these two squares, right? I do not want to take any type of trades until it gives me a break. So once I mark my resistance and support, I'm going to go to the lower time frame. For me, it's going to be 15. All right, so once I go to the 15, guys, price gave me an indication, okay? Price gave me an indication, basically telling me where price wants to go. Spell that wrong. I'm just, oh my God. All right. Here we go. Let me give you an arrow so you guys don't get confused or lost in the sauce. All right, so right here, price gave me an indication that price is bullish, right? So as price is showing me that it's bullish, I can't just enter the trade because what's gonna happen? The not continuation, but the correction, okay? So we had the correction right here. So the correction is going to do the opposite of the indication. So my indication is telling me, okay, we're going to buy. So the correction has to be a sell, right? So I want price to go into my entry, which is basically where sellers were, right? This would be the most important entry for me to take, but unfortunately the price never got there. So around, I believe it was like 9:25, 9:30 is when I took my trade, right? So I'm going to mark my trade right here so you guys could see where I got in. Okay, I got in right here. Make it a little bigger for you guys so you guys can see. So that's when I got in. I got in right here, and yes, I ate drawdown. At first I had two micros, and I was up like $100. Then I went into drawdown about 230, 250, but I was not scared at all, right? The reason why I was not scared is because my stop loss was here. So I was very confident, right? So and at 10 o'clock in my day-to-day life, I'm an MMA fighter. also a coach, and I train in the mornings at 10 a.m. Right, and it takes me about 30 minutes to get to the training facility, but I was not scared at all. Usually, I'm always on the phone watching and moving my trade into break even or into a trailing stop, right? So I don't lose money. At least I can make something. But I was not scared at all. With this type of system, I'm okay with leaving my trade on for the whole day, which is technically that's what I did at 9:30, 9:25 when I entered my trade. I held it all the way to 410 where Top Step automatically liquidated me, right? So we had the indication that tells me where price wants to go. Then we had the correction, right? Correction is this sell right here. That's the correction. So as you see this little circle right here, this yellow circle, that's what my entry was. And then I ate drawdown, like I said, about $250, right? And I was still okay with it. When I was training at 10 o'clock, yes, I would look at it sporadically, but I was okay with this trade because my stop loss was here, right? The reason why I was there, at first, I had it right here underneath this. But because the reason why I had it there was because at the end of the day, that was a swing low, right? I know if we were bullish, price is not going to go further down, but I wanted to give a little bit more space, so I decided to put it where sellers used to be, right? If it keeps going down, especially down here, guys, I know for sure that we are going downhill, but I was okay and confident to put in price right here. Okay, so we had the indication, we had the correction. Now all I'm missing, guys, is what? The continuation. Okay, so I had the continuation. Oh man, that's better, guys. There we go. I don't know why it wasn't working before. Okay, so let me mark this up for you so you guys can follow along. All right, the continuation, it's back to the indication, right? So indication for me today was bullish, and the correction was sales, right? Opposite direction. And the continuation is following the indication, which is bullish. So when I entered there, yes, I ate a lot of drawdown. For me, it was about $250. I had 2 contracts. And then as soon as price went up back to my entry, I added 2 more. So now I had 4 contracts, okay? So now knowing that I have 4 contracts now, okay, $250 that I was down, okay? Price still doesn't want to make a lower low, so that gave me more confidence to stay in the trade, okay? Once I saw that and price broke here, I did not move my stop loss into break even, right? I'm done doing that. I'm not scared anymore. I'm not risking too much, but I'm scared. My heartbeat was very bradycardic, meaning my heartbeat was slow, right? I was going like 40 to 50 beats per minute because I did not put enough size that I was not scared of losing the money that I was trying to make, right? I was okay of losing $400 to make $1,000, right? At first, I was trying to make. Hold on one second, so I gotta show you guys. All right, at first I was okay in making a 1-to-1, right? At first I was okay. I was okay in making $400, right? At first it was $200. First it was right here, right? It was a 1-to-1. Did I move it? There we go. At first it was right here, right? And then I fixed it and made it into a 1-to-1, which was $400 for me, right? And then I'm like, why would I stop my terminus, right? Which is my TP. Why would my TP be here if I know we're bullish, right? I don't think price is going down anytime today, right? Anytime soon. So I moved my stop loss where I was gonna make $2,000, right? I ended up today making about $1,100, right? And the reason why I made that is because I knew we were bullish and we were not going down. And I got liquidated at 410. So I held my trade from 9:25, 9:30 in the morning all the way to 410 in the afternoon. and I barely checked my phone because I was like, you know, price is not gonna take me out. And I left. Once price got to like $1,000, I left my trade into trail down, which was going to be not break even, but I was going to make $125, right? That was my new my new break even, right? So instead of just having my break even until Trump probably spoke and messed things up, I just kept it where it was and just moved it up underneath here, right? Price is okay. I'm okay with letting price go down a little bit. When I was up $1,100 on this trade, price went down to like 900, and the old me would have just took that 900, like, okay, you know what? But price did not show me at all. Price was bearish today, so I was content and okay with leaving my trade to hit this, right? So that was done with the gold trade. And then let me go to the NQ trade, right? This was a beautiful trade. Oh my gosh. I was going to take this, especially on the NQ instead of the micro, right? I was gonna take one or two minis because I was super confident on this. But at the same time, I was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna just trade gold. I don't want to trade on two of these assets and then mess myself up and lose my my trading account, right? So as you guys see here, this is where traders were selling, right? The big market were selling at this point. And at another point, we had buyers at this point, okay? So like I said, in between these, we do not buy or sell in between this. This is like this is like price staying stagnant on one spot, right? Consolidation for me. Price has to break one of these levels for it to show me its hand. Look right here, it's showing me its hand. The indication is right here. It's showing me where it wants to go. It's bullish. Then, before I show you that, okay, after that, price is showing me, hey, it's doing the correction, right? It's doing the correction, and the correction is doing the opposite of the indication. So indication is bullish. The correction is basically the stairs going down, letting buyers get in for the massive buy off, right? And then the continuation is once it gets to this level, that sellers were over here, that's just showing, okay, buyers are in control now. So the continuation. Okay, so once we had the continuation, price went over here, and I saw this when this was 8 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, I seen this. I was like, okay, let's go to the 15. At 9:15, I was going to take it on 1 minute. And in 1 minute, for 135 points, yeah, I would have ate. I would have had close to $2,000 on one trade instead of just making 1,000. But you know what? I'm content. I'm making 1,000, right? And I had marked my liquidity, like my ICT, but I was going to use the support and resistance with a little bit of retest on this trade because I saw everything line up and it was just beautiful in the 15 minutes. Look how far it went up, 135 points. But like I said, I didn't want to risk being in two trades and risking a lot of money and being a drawdown. So let's show you guys the trades that I took on my TopStep account. Okay, so as you guys see, I made $1,094. Okay, trade win 80%. All right, I don't know why it says 275. I guess because I took 3 trades or 4 trades, and the reason why I think I took only 3 trades. All right, so as you guys can see, I only have 1 trade for the day. I held a long runner, 4 contracts that I traded with. Okay, so today's the first day on this Express account, as you guys can see. Okay, so the first trade, as you guys can see, I made $45 on NQ. Then another $20, I was scalping it. And I was like, yo, why am I scalping? Let me just go back into gold, right? And that's why I said I regret not saying it in MQ, but I also like it the gold trade, and I had to pick one, so I chose gold. Right, I would have been right on both of them, but I didn't want to risk any drawdown, especially it doing a correction. A lot of points on both of them, it's gonna kill me, right? So, anyways, I made $1,094.70 on one trade, right? I barely scalp. It's crazy. Usually I'll scalp for like 10, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour. But now with this new strategy that I'm doing, guys, like I'm confident holding my trades for a lot longer. If I was on forex, I would have still continued holding my trade. Why? Because we're still bullish, guys. Yes, don't be scared of the pullbacks. It just took out this high right now, so we know, yes, it created a low, but look, it did not create a lower low, so we are still fine to going up. Price needs to retrace, okay? Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. It's your boy CD Trades. Catch me tomorrow.
I just want it all right now. I just want to ball right now. Swear I want everything, everything. I just want everything, everything.